Oh, this is such a juicy topic. And this is a really fun one too, because there's been, I would say, a divergence in the A/B testing world. And there's growth marketers, and then there's more statistics focused people. And my philosophy is that we need to try and make tests as scientifically sound as possible. Marketing is already a whole mess, and our data is already a whole mess, and it's not as accurate. And you have to accept a little bit that we're never going to get as accurate as a hard science. But we need to be unrelenting in keeping those elements that make things more sound. So what a few of those are is, I think that any test should be pre-tested so that you can calculate how long it should run for you to be able to see an uplift, and whether you even have enough traffic to test that particular thing. So sometimes, and this is especially for like small to medium businesses, you want to test on your conversion rate, for example. That's always, now we get this term conversion rate optimization. But if your conversion rate is only like 1 or 2% and you don't get that much traffic, it's literally impossible for you to see a true statistical uplift during that time. So I think being really honest and strict with that is like element number one. And element number two is to never let a marketer go in and look at that test before it's done running and tell you whether it's winning or not, because you need to wait. So if you pre-test and it says it'll take 7 days for statistical significance, then you wait 7 days, then you look at the results on day 7. And if you look at it and it says there's no difference, then you know that you have rejected your hypothesis. Like it doesn't make a difference. A lot of times what we do instead is say, oh, well, let's just let it run a little longer. So that's like one core area of it. And then I also think being really cautious about those thresholds too, as much as possible, of like, what do you need to see as an uplift? Because that's a completely another thing. Like, to see if you see a 5% uplift in conversion rate, that can make a really significant difference for your business. And it makes it, in some ways, a little bit easier, because you're like, okay, well, I only need to see a 5% uplift. But for some other metrics, a 5% uplift might be negligible. So you might be wanting to see something more to consider it a winning test.